biggest misconception about uncontested divorces is that if both spouses want to get divorced, that makes it uncontested. Hi, I'm Max Ruthenberg-Marshall, attorney and founder of Porchlight. Today we're going to be talking about what you need to know about uncontested divorce in Georgia. An uncontested divorce means that not only do both spouses agree to get divorced, but they also agree on all issues that need to be resolved in the divorce. So that includes division of assets and debts, spousal support, child custody and parenting time, and child support. Now, that sounds pretty basic. It's only 4 categories to decide on, right? The thing is that you have to decide in a significant level of detail. So this is where a lawyer comes in, because you don't know what you don't know. So oftentimes people have some broad strokes of an agreement, but they haven't talked about all the nitty-gritty that they're actually going to need to write into their court documents. For the case to be uncontested, you can't just tell the court that you've reached an agreement. You have to actually write it in formal settlement documents, sign both parties, and file it with your petition for divorce. So how do you file your uncontested divorce? The key to making it uncontested in the court system is to make sure that you file all your signed agreements with your initial paperwork. If you file first without the signed agreements, that's going to trigger the regular court processes and your case is going to be marked as contested in the court's eyes. Typically, you need 8 to 15 documents to file an uncontested divorce case. The specific documents you need are going to depend on what county you're in and whether or not you have children. These documents will, of course, spell out the details of your agreement on all those issues that we previously discussed: assets and debts, spousal support, custody, and child support. But there are also a bunch of administrative documents that need to be filed along with this. Again, this is where an attorney can be helpful. The attorney is familiar with all these documents and works with them every day, so they know exactly what needs to be filed and can get your case filed smoothly and quickly. After you file your uncontested case, there's a 30-day waiting period according to Georgia law. For some reason, the state of Georgia thinks you don't know your mind and actually want to get divorced, so they make you wait 30 days just so you're sure. After that 30-day period, technically the court has a hearing where you tell the judge that you want to be divorced. However, if you have an attorney, there are a few additional documents that the attorney can file to get you divorced without having to go to court and having the hearing. Do you need an attorney to file an uncontested divorce? Technically no, but it's always a good idea. The most obvious reason that people think to hire an attorney is to complete the paperwork for a divorce. Divorce paperwork is extremely complex. Any forms that you find online are just going to be generalized, one size fits all, and not at all standardized to your specific situation. And the court doesn't quality check your forms. I think people think, oh, well, if I fill out something wrong, the court's going to catch it and they're going to tell me. Some judges do not review your divorce agreements. They just check that they're there and exist. Some judges will give them a cursory review, but they're not doing it for quality or correctness. They're just making sure that things are completed enough that they can sign off on the divorce. So yes, attorneys are of course a benefit in helping ensure that the paperwork is completed correctly and filed with the court correctly and addresses everything it needs to address. But the more important reason to hire an attorney is for their advice. An attorney can make sure that all issues are addressed and there are no gaps. Nothing that's going to come up in a few years where you say, we didn't specifically address this in our paperwork and now we don't know what to do about this situation. An attorney is also going to advise you on what the best solutions are. So particularly if you and your spouse are not in agreement on all issues, an attorney can suggest what some possible resolutions for those issues may be. But also if the attorney sees that you've agreed to something that could be problematic down the road, the attorney is going to let you know that and educate you on what possible alternatives are. By having an attorney work with you on the agreement and prepare the documents, you are going to avoid court in the future to address any issues that come up. And more importantly, you're going to avoid any irreversible mistakes. There aren't do-overs in divorce. So yes, there are some legal reasons that you can modify certain things related to children, but there are a lot of things that you can't modify at all in a divorce, and a lot of times that you can't modify even the things related to children that can be modified in certain circumstances. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you get everything right the first time, because it is the only time. If you're looking for a streamlined, straightforward, uncontested divorce experience, Porchlight is the firm for you. Give us a call.